we're raised in a culture where if you have a crying baby, the first thing you do is you stick a bottle in their mouth. So we quickly associate discomfort and eating. You know, if you could just shut the kid up long enough, everything will be okay. And that's really that's how we were raised. I was raised that way, and I'm sure you were all raised that way. So you have this idea that food is associated with discomfort or satisfaction or boredom of some sort. So you have this desire. Now, a newborn or a very young child doesn't have abnormal urges. They have normal cravings. But when you go to satisfy a normal craving with something abnormal, especially if it can artificially trick the body into thinking it got what it needed, you start creating addictions. So it would be completely natural for a 3-year-old to crave a banana. It's not natural at all for a 3-year-old to crave chocolate chip cookies. But there's certain elements in the chocolate chip cookie that mimic what the banana does. And when the child unconsciously learns that when I have this feeling, this will satisfy the need. And now you could actually think about what's happened to you in your life over 20 or 30 or 40 years. And you can actually, wow, that's why I have a desire. There is no natural urges for, a chocolate bar. There is none. But you've actually caused your body to substitute what is actually right and necessary for, substitute for what is right, something that's no good. And that's why Americans overeat so much, because they never actually satisfy true hunger. What they're doing is they're substituting something artificial for what they really need, and then they have to quickly go back to try to get something else. And then you'll find yourself at midnight standing in front of the refrigerator wondering if you ate that day. And the truth is that you didn't. You went through the entire day and you tricked your body into thinking that it got what it needed, but it never did. So what you're going to have to do is retrain your body in the reverse.